Hey guys, I'm Vidhi Kalra and welcome back to my channel 5 Minute Economics, where I teach economic concepts in a span of just 5 minutes. The topic for today is types of goods. So we have heard about so many goods: inferior goods, giffen goods, complementary goods, substitute goods, and today's video will be covering all of these goods. So before jumping directly to these types of goods, just give me 30 seconds to explain you what exactly is demand and law of demand firstly. So what is demand? So demand is defined as the amount of a commodity that the consumers are willing and able to purchase at various prices and at a particular period of time. So that is what demand is. So moving quickly to the most important law in economics, which is the law of demand. So law of demand states that other things remaining constant, in economics we can term other things remaining constant as ceteris paribus, the quantity demanded of a commodity increases with the fall in price and decreases with the rise in price. That is, demand and price have an inverse relationship. So moving further to normal goods. So what are basically normal goods? Normal goods are mainly most of the goods we come across in our daily lives. So usually normal goods are spoken in respect to income, but I'll be also talking in respect to price. So when coming to price and demand relationship, we see that a normal good follows the law of demand. That is, when the price of a good rises, the demand for it falls. There is an inverse relationship. And because of that, the demand curve, which you can see, is negatively inclined. Because when the price rises, we can't afford and we tend to demand it less. Secondly, in relationship to income. So here we see there is a direct relationship with demand. That is, when the income rises, the demand rises. A direct relationship is there because when we are earning more, we can afford more. So we tend to demand the good more. Due to which our demand curve is positively inclined, and that's about it. And our example for normal good is food, clothing, and any electronic item. So moving next to inferior goods. So what basically are inferior goods? Inferior goods are those goods, the demand for which falls with a rise in income. Why does that happen is, when we start to earn more, we tend to switch to a higher or a normal or a superior good. Why will we consume the inferior good when we can afford a better good? For example, here I've taken jawar and bajra. So these grains are grains when we can't afford the the high quality rice and wheat. So we tend to use these. But when we start to earn more, we will reduce our consumption for these and rather switch to wheat. So here we see there is an inverse relationship with income, and that is why our demand curve is negatively inclined. One common mistake which students tend to make is that they confuse this with price. Please make sure inferior goods yardstick is income and not price. That's why I have highlighted income over here. We tend to measure this in respect to income. Moving next, I will be simultaneously talking about giffen goods and Veblen goods. Why I have chosen to talk about them simultaneously, or what is a common thing between them, is that they both are exceptions to the law of demand. That is, they go against the demand curve, because in both cases when the price rises, the demand tends to rise. We tend to demand more of it when the price of that good is rising. But there are certain differences between these two. Firstly, coming to a giffen good. So a giffen good is an inferior good or is a non-luxury good. Okay. So an example of it is maize. We tend to demand it more when the price of it rises. That is why we have a positively inclined demand curve. But here a Veblen good, the exception is that here it is a luxurious item. For example, diamonds. So it is commonly observed that ladies from rich and wealthy families, they tend to demand more diamonds when the price of diamonds is rising, just in order to stand out in the society, and in doing so they go against the law of demand, and that is why we have a positively inclined demand curve. So make sure you don't confuse these two, and students tend to confuse a giffen good with an inferior good. So giffen good is also a type of inferior good, but the major difference between the two is that inferior goods yardstick is income, and here repeatedly I'm saying giffen goods yardstick is price. So the next good which I'll be talking about is inexpensive goods. So what basically are inexpensive goods? Inexpensive goods are those goods the demand for which increases with a rise in income, but thereafter it remains just the same or constant irrespective of the rise in income. So we notice here in this demand curve, we see that initially we see our demand is rising with a rise in income. Please notice its income is the yardstick over here. So we see that our demand curve is increasing with an increase in income, and thereafter it remains, you know, just the same. It remains constant. So firstly it is positive and then it becomes parallel to the y-axis. Why does that happen? This is in the case of necessities like, you know, salt and matchsticks, because it doesn't mean that if our income is rising, we keep on increasing our consumption of salt. So that is why it remains constant after a certain period of time. So lastly, moving to substitute and complementary goods. Students often tend to confuse these two, so make sure you pay attention. So what are substitute goods? Substitute goods are those goods which satisfy the same type of demand. For example, tea and coffee both serve the same purpose, right? So what is the relationship between tea and coffee? We notice that when the price of tea rises, the quantity demanded of coffee also rises. Why does that happen? That happens because when the price of tea has risen, the coffee has relatively become cheaper in comparison to tea, and thus people tend to buy coffee. So here we see there is a direct and positive relationship between the price of tea and the quantity demanded of coffee. And that is why our demand curve is positively sloped. Moving further to complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are used together to satisfy the same type of demand. For example, car and petrol. So here we see the relationship between car and petrol. So we see when the price of petrol rises, the quantity demanded of cars fall, because while people find it now expensive, right, because petrol has become expensive, so people tend to switch to public transport and they do not want to buy a new car. So that is why they have an inverse relationship or a negative relationship, due to which our demand curve is also negatively sloped. Here we have price of petrol on y-axis and quantity demanded for cars on the x-axis. So guys, this is all about types of goods. I hope this video was useful to you. Please do like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss on my future videos, and hope to see you in my next video pretty soon.